So my name is Sarah Burnett Murray, and I'm the president of the Golden Horseshoe Cooperative Housing Federation. I'd like to welcome everyone here today, those both in person and those attending via Zoom, to this year's Diversity Scholarship reception. We're so happy to have the students, their families, our supporters, our sponsors all together once again, as it's been a few years since we've been able to gather and celebrate the accomplishments of some amazing individuals living in our co-op communities and working towards pursuing their post-secondary dreams. We would like to welcome Tom Clement. He's the Executive Director of the Cooperative Housing Federation of Toronto, and he's also a founding member of this amazing program. Tom, the floor is yours.
Thank you for inviting me this evening and allowing me to come in via Zoom. I thought I'd just give everybody a little bit of background on the program, but before I do that, I want to give my congratulations to the Golden Horseshoe, because the Golden Horseshoe is a leader in this program and a lot to be proud of. And you're one of the largest programs that we have in Canada.
To introduce a very impressive young woman. I have the honor of sitting on the board of directors at the Golden Horseshoe Federation with her. And also she is a 2021 scholarship recipient herself. So I'm going to now turn the mic over to Whitney Edwards da Costa.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Good evening to all of our distinguished guests, our sponsors, our recipients, and all the other directors that are in the building today. My name is Whitney da Costa, and I'm really pleased to be here with you guys all today. So this is my first time, so bear with me. So I'd like to welcome you guys all to the 11th annual GHCHF scholarship ceremony. I'm really pleased to be here with you guys all today. So I have the honor of introducing this year's Golden Horseshoe Scholarship recipients. And in my experience, the GHCHF scholarship has helped me tremendously, as I am currently in my third year of studies in political science pre-law, minoring in criminology at Lakehead University. So I'm also, apart from that, I'm also on the board of directors, as Sarah just indicated, on the GHCHF of Niagara and Hamilton, as well as I am also on the board of my co-op, People's Choice, which is where I live. As a primary caregiver to my son and a student, I have received the scholarship through the Federation last year, and this has helped me tremendously while I've been in the pursuit of my degree. Since I received the scholarship, I have been having the opportunity to have a successful semester and year thus far in my studies. And I've been able to have stability financially, mentally, physically. It's impacted my life in every positive way I could have possibly imagine, and I'm really grateful for the Federation and to all of you guys for that, all of our sponsors. It's really an amazing opportunity being able to be a recipient of this scholarship, the Diversity Scholarship, to help me further my future. So also, in my opinion, the purpose of this Diversity Scholarship is to bridge the gap between opportunities and resources that are less available to disadvantaged groups within our communities. So that is why it is predominantly given to people, young people, mature students, anybody willing or wishing to pursue their education that's living in a co-op. So it's helped me, like I said, in every way. And the purpose of this diversity scholarship to me is meaning being part of a community with like-minded individuals who share common goals and believe in something that is inclusive and breaks down barriers that limits marginalized groups. Apart from this, volunteering at other programs like Tropicana Community Services and the YMCA, in my eyes, has given opportunities and young people or any person living in a co-op community the chance to provide helpful resources to people from all walks of life. So without further ado, I would like you guys to join me in welcoming Gabrielle Fuentes via Zoom to receive her scholarship and give her speech. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Gabriela Fuentes, and I'm just going to start off by saying some things about myself. So I'm 20 years old, and I'm from El Salvador, but I moved here to Canada when I was 13 years old. And ever since, I have been very happy and excited about my education here because it is a very big privilege to me. Now I am a university student at Concordia University in Montreal, and I am entering my second year in psychology this fall, which I'm very excited for. Currently, I'm living with my parents here at Tabbytown, but I will be moving back to Montreal before the start of my second year of my semester this fall. So far, for me, school has been great, although it can be a little difficult at times, but I guess that is just part of the progress because I really do love psychology and learning about the mind. It is a passion of mine, so it is great that I can be able to study what I am passionate about. Although, frankly, I am not exactly sure what I want to do when I'm done with school, since there are many fields that I am interested in that I can go into with psychology, but I do know that I want to be able to help people with my degree. To me, diversity means the unity and appreciation of people from all backgrounds and experiences, and being able to come together to see each other as equal. And I think it's a very important thing that we need to have everywhere and learn more about. And receiving this scholarship means a lot to me and my family because it is a big financial help and relief, since with school it is hard to work and save as much. So it is great that I get the chance to focus and dedicate my time to school, which is essentially what I want with my studies. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Gabriela, for that speech. It was beautiful. Thank you so much. So going forward, I'd like to introduce another scholarship recipient of our 2021 Diversity Scholarship. Her name is Aaliyah Warren from Halen Park.
Hello everyone, my name is Aaliyah Warren. I live in Halen Park Housing Co-op with my mother. I am going into my second year of university at Redeemer University, in which I am majoring in psychology and taking a minor in sociology, in hopes to become a child therapist and work in small-knit communities once I finish my degree. I am honored to have received the opportunity to be able to attend post-secondary education and study a field in which has been a passion of mine since I was a child. Through volunteering in my community and being surrounded in such supportive atmospheres, it has given me the courage to believe in myself and my goals. I have been volunteering in my community in many ways since I was young. I have always enjoyed being present within my community and the establishment to bring people together and form close connections. I believe it is important to form great connections with those not only around yourself and in your community, but those as well that need help in other ways outside of our community. I have always had a passion to help people in need, whether that be emotionally, spiritually, financially, etc. This is where I found my calling to become a therapist. Everyone says if you love your job, you never work a day in your life. Going into a career where I get to be surrounded by many different people and being able to help and encourage them with the same support I have received is all I've ever wanted in a career. Thank you again for helping make my goals and dreams become a reality. I thank you for listening, and I hope you all have a great evening.
Moving forward, I would also like to introduce another 2022 scholarship recipient. Her name is Radina Abugala. Thank you.
Everyone, I'm so sorry that I couldn't be there with you in person to celebrate, but I am so honored to be able to participate nonetheless. My name is Rudina, and I currently live at Village Glen Co-op in St. Catharines with my parents and my two younger brothers. I just graduated from Sir Winston Churchill, where I spent my free time heading the school's yearbook committee. Aside from that, my interests include playing guitar and reading. And this September, I will be attending Brock University to pursue my BA in economics. Diversity to me has always been something natural, as it's always been something I was fortunate enough to experience and always be around, whether it was at the co-op or the St. Catharines Muslim community, which I volunteered at many times. And I also believe that diversity is something individual and that everyone's experiences make them a diverse individual. So diversity is also something that is within. It's an honor to have received this amazing award that supports diversity in our communities and in ourselves. And I wanted to say a huge thank you to the sponsors of this award for continuously supporting diversity. And thank you again. Have a great night, everyone.
Thank you. So again, we'd like to thank Rudina and Aaliyah for sending in their beautiful videos, very inspirational, even though they were not able to make it today. We'd like to thank them again. And Gabriela Fuentes, who is joining us still on Zoom, who is here today with us via Zoom. So all our other recipients this evening are going to be joining us in person, and you're going to get to hear and see their lovely, beautiful faces. So I would like to introduce Crystal Manwaring as another 2022 scholarship recipient.
All right, guys. So hi, I'm Crystal for everybody that hasn't met me yet from the board and scholarships. So I do prefer to be called Chrissy. I reside currently at Northtown with my mother and my gorgeous husband over there in the back corner. Yeah, you guys said it. So I am the only mature student actually part of this program tonight. So I graduated 10 years ago, like holy crow. So in high school, I focused mainly on science and business studies. I didn't know where I was going until mainly, to be honest, till about last April. I really didn't know what I was going to do. So this fall, I'm attending Human Resources at Niagara College. It'll be at the Niagara Lake campus, and it's currently 3 years and possibly 4 if I go for my bachelor's degree. So I settled on Human Resources after doing a lot of soul searching. I started off doing healthcare. I didn't know what I wanted. After a lot of searching, it's like, I need to teach. I want to not be told how to do it. I want to show you how to do it. So then I started Googling the profession, what they did. I mean, most people know that they do your payroll and they do your hiring, they do your firing, but what else do they do? So then I started looking into the fact that other than your interviews, recruiting, that they do your benefits and they do claims, whether your insurance or whatever. So they just do your all-around general documents. So once I have my diploma back in hand, I hope to work with organizations that are active in the community. So it could be March of Dimes, it could be another complex I get into. So with my value, I grew up in a co-op since I was not even able to walk. So, I mean, you arm myself with the value of living in one and knowing how they run, with the education that you guys are helping to promote with me. It's kind of a win-win situation. Now, as for the last 4 years, I have did volunteering with Scouts Canada. So Welland only had one group for the last 21 years running. So until 2019, our beaver colony with 20th Welland actually didn't run. So once I started not feeling sorry for myself, I then got up and approached a recruiter that I met at the grocery store. And after jumping through hurdles of all their training, the police clearances, our group finally opened that fall. So after it opened, we started off with 2, then we had 2, then we had 3, then we dropped back down to 1 or 2. So it was touch and go for the first 2-3 years. So this past year, we actually, I'm proud to say, are full, and we're recruiting for new volunteers. So I mean, that's great. So we promoted things within the Scouts. We work with ages 4 to 7. We've done anti-bullying. We've done reconciliation when that all started and brought to our all attention. We also educate the adults that approach us when we do cub cars, beaver buggies at the Seaway. You might have seen them. I mean, we're everywhere. And we're a great big group, right? So what people don't know is in the late 90s that Scouts became inclusive for women. So that's one question we get asked quite often. So they're impressed to find out. So now that we're opening our doors to more girls, we have a lot more girls joining. We've also done days where we explore traditions. So one day it could be, let's explore Christmas and do a Christmas party. We could have a group that's Ukrainian and we explore their culture. So it could be pierogies, it could be anything. It could be reading stories, crafts, what be it. So the scholarship actually means a great deal to me because I don't come from a family that's wealthy. And that's just bottom line. So some of you might say it's free money. Well, it kind of is for me, but that's not really the end result here. So it'll release like a lot of burden for buying textbooks, school supplies, what I need to get through it. So I do have a part-time job, but that doesn't actually work fully. So the money you guys are giving will support and get me the textbooks that I need for ensuring my for ensuring that I can succeed. So I can't thank everybody enough for being here tonight. For those that took the time to meet with me, for Doug hounding me to actually return his phone call when I had COVID. I mean, Willie was a great sport when I made the joke about having the extra set of legs because I had broke my left knee, he has the opposite pair. Or I broke my right, so he has his left. So again, just thank you very much for this opportunity. I'm glad to be here tonight, even though I'm scared crapless out here. But thank you so much and have a great night.
Thank you. So I want to thank Chrissy again for her very informative speech on her career path and her choice of her studies right now at Niagara College that she will be going to. And I'm glad to hear that, you know, she's taken advantage and utilizes organizations such as March of Dimes, because I do have family that also participates in that organization as well. So I'm glad to hear that you're involved with that. I would also like to introduce another 2022 scholarship recipient. Her name is Maya Lau Daisley. Thank you.
All right, I'm a little short, so I just had to fix that. Sorry about that. So hello, everyone. I hope you all are having a great evening so far. I'm Maya Lau Daisley, and I'm going to be telling you a little bit about myself. So I'm from the Meadow Green Co-op in St. Catharines, and I'm a recent graduate of St. Francis Catholic Secondary School, also in St. Catharines. My high school has taught me a lot of things, but recently they've taught me about what I find interesting a lot and things that have brought me both immense joy and relaxation. Some of those hobbies, for example, are photography, physical activity, caring for the environment, and such. Although my high school has taught me many things, so has my family. I come from a family of 7, with me being the second youngest, and I can say that has been both a blessing and a curse. If you have siblings, I think you know what I mean. But I would also like to say I wouldn't be here without my parents' support. Their perseverance and working so hard to provide for me has allowed me to follow my passion, which is why I can happily say I will be attending Queen's University in the fall for a Bachelor's of Nursing and Science for 4 years. So my passion stems from my brother William, who has hydrocephalus and cerebral palsy. And it was kind of like the spark of healthcare and why I wanted to be into it. And so I'm following this passion, and hopefully after I get my degree, I will be going into pediatrics at preferably at a hospital, and potentially going back to school to get a master's or doctorate, and potentially a business degree so I can help on a larger scale. For example, making sure that individuals are allowed the same opportunities and that diversity is being actively demonstrated in my community around me. Because I believe that diversity is the ability for differences to coexist with mutual respect and understanding. And so my volunteering has allowed individuals to show their personalities and to be kind of accepted in a non-judgmental environment. My volunteering has also created safe places for people to feel safe and welcome so that they're allowed to learn in a place where they know that they won't be judged at all. And then also my volunteering has allowed more structure in diverse communities. So it has both mental and physical well-being. And thanks to this scholarship that I've been graciously given, I can continue volunteering and working hard at kind of bringing more diversity into my community and our society. And I just now want to say a huge thank you to all my supporters and all the sponsors, all the co-ops that contributed. I want to appreciate all that has been given to me, and I just also want to say thank you to the committee that put their time and effort in choosing the recipients, because I believe that the scholarships are in capable hands and will be used to the best of its abilities. And once again, I thank you all and all my supporters.
Wow, what another inspirational young woman. That was amazing. She's so articulate. I wish you the best of luck in all your studies. I would also like to introduce another 2022 recipient of the GHCHF scholarship. His name is Aiden Lisakowski, and he's from Stonewood Co-op studying forensic chemistry at Trent University.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Aiden Lisakowski, and I am one of this year's recipients of the Golden Horseshoe Cooperative Housing Federation's Diversity Scholarship. I would like to begin by thanking all of you for being here, the sponsors, and the Federation for getting this event together. Now a little bit about myself. I've been living at the Stoneworth Cooperative Community with my parents and 3 sisters since I was born. I have just completed my final year of high school, and as of September, I will be pursuing forensic chemistry at Trent University. Grade 9 me wouldn't have dreamt of going into forensic chemistry whatsoever. However, I had a wonderful teacher named Mr. Kim who opened my eyes to science, and specifically chemistry. He had this unique and incredible ability to teach science while also showing it in a way that you could see it in real life, and showed applications of how we can use science. He kept me engaged and intrigued throughout every class, and I was fortunate enough to have him for my first science class in grade 9 and my last class of chemistry in grade 12. In those 2 classes, he wasn't just a teacher, he was also a friend. We would talk about life, and he'd help me with my problems, whether that was me stressing over the test coming up next week, or some troubles I was having outside of school, or even just my self-worries about, what people thought of me. He truly made my high school experience the best it ever could be, and I will forever be grateful to him. I've always been in love with science, especially chemistry. The fact that everything around us is just made of molecules that we can't see, and that somehow someone could come up with the names of some of the elements. Like, how do we come up with a name like rubidium? Beyond me. In any case, this infatuation with chemistry led me to my career choice in forensics. I wanted to be able to use my love for science and help others at the same time. And that's where I found forensics. Being able to run labs that may help investigators solve crimes, find missing people, or even just uncover mysteries has always caught my eye. I'm hoping after finishing my education, I'll be able to work in a lab with other science lovers and help the community. My cooperative community has prepared me for that moment. Having volunteered in multiple activities and around my cooperative community, I've been able to learn about diversity, teamwork, and respect. In my cooperative community, there are many people of which have their own beliefs, backgrounds, and cultures. However, not one of those differences has ever stopped us from coming together. During our Christmas and Thanksgiving celebrations, there was never a person unwelcome to join, and because of that, we grew as a community. We learned from one another and cared for each other despite each of our differences. It was my first look at what diversity truly was, and it will continue to be my goal to bring that feeling I have in my community to my future workplace. This scholarship will be especially beneficial in making this goal a reality. I'd like to thank the sponsors again for the scholarship that my fellow scholars and I received. With your gracious contribution, we will be able to carry out our goal and give back to the communities that shaped us into the people we are today. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that again, Aiden. And last but not least, I would also like to introduce another phenomenal young man. His name is Tala Siddiq, and he's from Corktown Co-op studying engineering at McMaster University. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Talha Siddiq. So this scholarship opportunity was posted where I live in Hamilton's Corktown Co-op. I live there with my older sister and parents. My older sister is currently facing the MCAT in hopes of advancing her journey to becoming a doctor. As for me, my interests are in the engineering field. I do have other hobbies though, that many may consider to be the polar opposite of engineering. I'm captivated by visual arts, I love writing stories, and of course, I do play video games like all guys my age. So, why am I interested in engineering? To make my parents proud? That may have something to do with it, but I'm a person that loves to look for solutions. Even for little problems, such as a little device's wire being cut. I would just strip the wire, burn the insulation off, and intertwine them again without having to buy a replacement. Math and physics were my strongest subjects in high school since they are entirely based on looking for solutions. After finishing my studies in engineering, well, this may be shocking, but I hope to be an engineer. You probably are wondering, well, what type of engineer? And I'm wondering the same thing. I don't know yet. The beauty of the first year engineering program at McMaster is that you just learn the fundamentals. You can leave the decision making to the second year. So, and of course, you can have a diversity scholarship without talking a little bit about diversity. It's the subject that sparks the most drama in Hollywood, the thing that all companies are trying to achieve nowadays. Many people generalize diversity and often associate it with race, sexual orientation, gender, religion, and such. Diversity is much more than that. It's like a messy cobweb where every individual is a fly and each web strand attached to them represents a similarity to another individual, even though they can be very far apart. For example, when I was volunteering at Today's Family Home Daycare, I learned that children from the same race and religious backgrounds have vastly different lives, despite being in the same generalized group. The bottom line is, diversity is very complicated. True diversity sprouts when you understand the intersectionality of every individual. And this scholarship is providing unforgettable motivation for me to push myself and reach my goals. For many, completing high school with great marks is extremely difficult, and I completely agree. It is also when we have decent support from our parents and financial support since school is free, and we do have some mental supports from siblings and parents, and the workload isn't too much. University takes high school's difficulties and amplifies them tenfold. School is no longer free, more work, more studying, less free time, etc. At this stage of our lives, we need the most support, but we don't. This scholarship is a golden hand of opportunity for us. Having to worry less about the price we're paying to study is an exceptional, underrated blessing. This blessing was made possible by my sponsors and the GHCHF, and I proudly thank you for it.
Thank you again, Tala. That was amazing. So I want to thank all of our very impressive, very charismatic 2022 GHCHF scholarship recipients. It's been amazing hearing from them. It's a really impressive crowd tonight. So I want to thank you guys all for coming up here and, telling us a lot about yourselves. It's been very informative and very impressive. So I want everybody to give them a round of applause again. So I also want to thank, our amazing diversity committee and the people that vet all of these amazing, impressive candidates that have received this GHCHF scholarship. So those people on the committee and their dedication to this program is what gives these young people pursuing their education or their degrees in any field the opportunity to succeed, and it gives them foundation and stability. So I want to thank Angie Armstrong, Kathy Damasi, Willie Noels, Mabato Seat, and Monica Bordure. I also want to give a big thank you to all of our sponsors. We have an incredible list of sponsors, too many to name. It's a long list, and I just want to give our greatest appreciation to all of our sponsors that are joining us today, that have continued to bless us with their generosity from all of Niagara and all over. So we want to thank all of our sponsors, and this program is vital and would not exist without our continued support from them. So thank you. So lastly, I want to wish everybody an amazing night. You guys have been so amazing, so understanding, and I just wish that everybody gets home safe. And I want to invite all those in attendance with us tonight to stick around and enjoy some treats, some snacks, some coffee, some refreshments, and I want everybody to have a good night. And thank you to all of our scholarship students, and I hope you guys could spend the rest of the evening kind of getting to know each other, and let's all talk. Thank you.